Hi, Yasha. Just get in. Well, where have you been? Had any fun? Heard it's a fun town. Didn't exactly see much of it. That's a story I'm gonna have to tell you. Me and Bo. Well, first of all, do you have time? About 10 to 15 minutes? Perfect. Then I'll tell you. Bo and I, we were shopping with the Ford Jester and Not. Of course, them being them, they were taking about 2 to 3 hours to do it. Ford, bless his soul, but he couldn't get away. He had to stay there because, can you imagine if you let Not and Jester go by themselves shopping anywhere? Right, so Ford had to stay. Bo and I, whatever we wanted to do, just gonna, already got this hand, but this one's a bit of a disaster. Anyway, sorry, I'm a bit distracted, also a bit drunk. It's a good combination. Me and Bo and I? Me and Bo? Bo and I went out looking for something to do, anything to do. And what we found to do was drugs. There was this little shop, herb shop. Is there a name for that? Well, if there is, I'm not going to think of it. One of those. We found one of those. And got some fairly good quality stuff. No idea what it was. It was interesting. So it lasted about 2 hours. During that 2 hours, we made the very grand and intelligent decision to go see if we could find somewhere, someone who was in need of our assistance or who would at least pay us. We found this man whose son had supposedly been missing for years. He thought that somebody took his son from this little cave. It was up in the mountains a little farther than we probably should have been going in our state. But, it's nothing that gets an adventurer's attention like a lost child. Besides, he was offering us a fair amount of gold. So, being our heroic selves, Bo and I went up there to check it out. Cave itself, probably inhabited by a bear in the last couple of years. Probably the worst thing that's been up there for a while. At least that's what we thought at first. Checked around for traps, anything. Problem is, me and Bo, that's not exactly our specialty. So we didn't find any traps. Turns out, the entire floor was a trap. So, floor opened up under us, down we went. One sec. Very delicate, this procedure. Anyway, we fell down this long chute. Bo was screaming the entire way. She will swear until her dying day that she did not, but I was there, I heard her. So, whenever your girlfriend, is that right? Is that what you're calling yourselves? Right, girlfriend. Perfect. If your girlfriend ever gets too cocky about her bravery, throw that in her face. Please, I'm begging you. Anyway, the chamber down below was full of bones. Possibly children's bones, some of them. Didn't want to take that close of a look. We found this weird book. Too bad Caleb wasn't there. He would have liked it. It was weird and a book. That's exactly his brand. He being this Necromancer. Now, before you get too excited, he was a long-dead Necromancer, as they tend to be. Find that if you work with the dead too long, eventually you become one of them. Anyway, he had been doing experiments down there on people, mostly children. Don't know why children didn't want to find out. But it does explain why that man's child went missing. If he was telling the truth about that, which I'll get to that. So, Bo, being Bo, and wanting to make up for the screaming, went on down ahead. Told her that was probably not a good idea. She also told me some things I could do that were not very nice. One sec. Just had a little something right there. Anyway, no, still, hold on. Let me just... No, I think it's like, it looks like a little, like a flower or something, little piece of a flower. Was it Nod or Chester who was doing your hair earlier? Anyway, one of them left a bit in there. What was I saying? What part was I don't want to skip ahead, give you any spoilers. Right, Bo charged on ahead. Bo found a passage going down. Now, that's not exactly the kind of passage you want to find in a shady tunnel full of dead children that a necromancer once inhabited. But we went down it. As you can probably tell, our life expectancy is very high. We found more bodies, some ancient alchemical equipment, something like that. More books. Probably should have brought some of those up. Couldn't read most of them. Don't know what language it was. Can't read much anyway. Anyway. Legs are falling asleep. This chair is not ideal. Right. So, we went down there expecting to find nothing, what we found, a couple books and that sort of thing. Turns out there was more down there, and Bo didn't feel like sharing that with me. Not because she was being an asshole, which would actually be the more expected response to the situation for her. But she was possessed. I didn't know that until we were back up in the chamber above, and she started attacking me. At which point, well, things went downhill after that. Neither of us is badly hurt. Her pride, mostly. But there was some sort of a shadowy figure, kind of like that one we fought before, with all the will-o'-the-wisps and everything. Maybe that's a necromancer thing. You just turn to shadows when you're done. Very dramatic. So there were these shadow minion things. One of them possessed Bo. And I have to say, Bo is a very good fighter. Don't tell her I said that. She is. I had to work very hard not to get my entire face smashed in. While also trying not to smash her entire face in. Or, more likely, cut something off her. So that took a little while. Funny thing is, apparently being possessed while being high is a whole new experience that maybe someday I'll have to try. I'm 100% kidding. Actually, that sounds like one of the worst things I can imagine happening. Not the good kind of loss of control. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of that story. We got out of the cave. The concentration must have broken on the Necromancer. The spell range ran out. I have no idea. I have to ask Caleb how all that works. But yeah, we made it out alive, barely. And that is the story of how me and Bo and I? I concluded that earlier. Bo and I almost died because we kept going down into the cave rather than coming and getting assistance. So, just so you know, that is a possibility. We are that stupid. This is not the best job I've ever done on these. In fact, it's one of the worst. But it sure exists. I can say that about it. Cheers. So what have you been up to all day? Anything interesting? Well, if you were looking for Bo, that's where she was. Oh, you should have gone shopping with them. Oh, you probably shouldn't have. There was a lot of talking to people. People who will be trying to sell you things. Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. You have a good training range? I don't know. Just thought maybe Not would want to go practice. Not that she needs it. Oh. Why am I still drinking? And it's only like probably 2 in the afternoon. Also would have to ask Caleb for that exact measurement. Sure, he'd be happy to provide it. Seems very proud of that skill. Right. So, I think I'm headed off to take a nap. Being attacked by your possessed kind of friend. Whatever she is. Sister figure? I don't know. Anyway, that can take a lot out of you. So I will see you tonight for more unrestrained and ill-advised drinking. Love you. I will see you later. Hopefully, if you don't run off. Please don't run off. There's very fun things to do in this town. Other than run after ghosts. It was fun though, kind of. I'm gonna shut up and go to bed. Alright, night Yasha, or afternoon nap. I'm gonna shut up, like I said. Alright, night.